Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we take a look at the G.I.JOE Classified Series Dreadnok Gnawgahyde. Now, if you are a long-time G.I.JOE collector, you do know that the original Gnawgahyde came with a warthog, and this one does too. But now we have identification, which is Porkbelly and his new friend, a monkey called Yobbo. So this is the packaging that comes in. It's more of the deluxe box. These are like $44.99. Loving the black box. It was terrible as we started out with one in the box, one with package free box, and now we're back to these really cool boxes. So they kind of ruined it for package collectors, in my opinion, because you really can't have an entire collection of the same kind of card backs like we did the vintage collections. So anyway, who cares? I am an opener and I enjoy my products, and I'm going to have some fun with it. So here's the front of the packaging. Here's the back of the packaging. What's very cool about this is I love the overall aesthetic of the packaging on the back. It shows, you know, Gnawgahyde with his furry companions, as it's called, and, you know, it's raining. He's out in some kind of forage. Nice highlights. We have the tattoo, which we'll check out on the figure, a warthog nose ring, and then some type of dog tags. I do love the artwork. Man, he looks fantastic. Not only we have Gnawgahyde with his blade, we also have his friends, Yobbo and Porkbelly, which looks fantastic. And the other side of the packaging, this is 125 in the series, if you're keeping track. Pretty cool. Top of the box, code insignia, 125. And on the bottom of the box, illegal crap no one cares about, UPC. And there it is for you guys. If you're trying to track this bad boy down in the stores, this may help you. Alright, with that being said, let's get this guy the packaging and check him out. Alright, here's Gnawgahyde outside the packaging. Looks amazing. It's definitely a surprise to get this character so soon in the line. I highly suspect that people like Monkey Wrench or Thrasher to make it to the classified line before Gnawgahyde did, because he's more of the extended Dreadnoks. But here he is, so it's definitely a welcome to my collection. He looks amazing, so let's check out that head sculpt because it looks pretty killer. Alright, so he kind of has this grit on his face. He has these mutton chops. It looks pretty cool. Nice head sculpt. Pretty decent. You got this nice tattoo that's new to the figure. It's a snake tattoo on the side of the head. Looks amazingly done, and we do not have one on the other side, so that's cool. But on top of his dome, we have some scratches, like he's seen some animal attacks. Looks pretty cool. He does sport his vest. He has like a leopard print vest. It has some texture to it. Looks pretty good. Overall, he has some either claws or maybe probably claws. Kind of buckles there that's kind of open. Looks like you could remove this if you wanted to. He has two necklaces. He has this one with like some claws or teeth, fangs, whatever. But what's really interesting about this, he has a set of dog tags. I don't know the deep lore of this, was ever been mentioned. Has Gnawgahyde ever been in the military? He has a type of dog tags there that maybe gives you that kind of impression that he does. So that's interesting. It's something I'm going to have to look into for myself. And I'm pretty good on my G.I.JOE mythos, but geez, I don't remember him ever mentioning about being in the military and what caused him to join the Dreadnoks or turn into Cobra, if he was a good guy at one point. Now the necklaces kind of flop around. I think I might try to tuck those underneath the jacket to give out a little bit of stability there, maybe, if that's possible, because they seem to flop around a good bit, and maybe it'll kind of help hold them down. If you guys, yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Yeah, so yeah, that looks pretty good like that. Of course, you gotta tuck the back a little better, but if you tuck them under there, it looks pretty decent. Overall, I do love that vest. So he has some tats on his arm. There's a couple of skull and an arrow and a knife. Looks pretty decent. Then we have the yellow fur here, with some more of that claw texture or fangs with the black gloves. Over here he has a wrap with some studs, black gloves, and he has this kind of wrap around his arm with the same kind of aesthetic. Sporting a brown belt. He has some grenades here. They're non-removable, just sculpted onto the belt. Those are kind of green, maybe flash or smoke or stun. But then he has more of a explosive black grenades here. The belt buckle is kind of like a very dark gunmetal, so it does have a different color to it. The back of the belt has a knife sleeve done in the yellow, a little bit of brown. A little bit of rope ties there, pretty flexible there on the back. Sporting his blue jeans. He has some pockets, pretty nice. Obviously you can't use them, but for all he's a thick figure. He's a big boy. He's one of your gung-ho size characters. Lower level here we have a knife sleeve and a pouch here on his shin. His boots are black with a green shin guard. It's pretty good. He has one knee pad here that's green and a black pad around the back. Looks fantastic. There's the bottom of the feet. Overall, a very nice looking figure. I like the features here, especially the tats. It's definitely a nice update to a classic character while staying true to the overall source material. I think it looks very nice. I like the tats. I have no complaints so far for this figure. Overall, for the aesthetics and the value that you're getting for all this stuff, that board looks amazing, which we're going to be taking a look at here in this video. Now he's a big guy, so let's take a look at the articulation. So his head is definitely on a ball joint. It will look down. Oh, that's really nice. There's an earring right there, like a ring. Just noticed it. Can look down pretty decently. That's awesome. Up not too much. Obviously 360. It's going to mess up my whole tucking necklaces in. Got this side to side rotation 360. Like I said, is pretty good. There are butterfly joints back and forth. The arms to rotate 360. They can raise up and get you above a T pose. That's good. Get you above a T pose. Bicep swivel 360, double jointed elbows. Great range there. Very cool. Wrist swivels 360. We have these pieces that's kind of cover up the joint. He has, I can't really tell, but yeah, I think it's up and down on this hand. And this one is the in and out, so we have one of each. So, no, wait. That's in and two. I'm sorry. My mistake. It's so hard to tell when you put those wrist gauntlets or bands on. So the two, you do not have the up and down. You have the in and out. Okay, so the chest, he has this cut here. You can look way down. If you utilize that head, you pretty much can't get better than that for that figure. You can go back a tad bit, but the vest kind of gets in the way. There's rotation at the waist 360, which I don't like doing too often because it's kind of tight, from my opinion. The legs, oh, that's a perfect split. You can't get better than that right there. Drop down hips, obviously, you can see there. Let's pop those back up. And he can definitely sit if we can get some kind of Dreadnok vehicle that his big butt will fit in. Pretty decent overall. He has probably the best splits that anybody has I've seen for G.I.JOE Classified. And ironically, he doesn't need it because he's a Dreadnok poacher. Thigh cut 360, double jointed knees, looks good. Boot cut, feet pivot down, up and around the ankle if that's something that you desire there. I like this anarchy kind of tat here, also on the shoulder here. That's pretty decent. It's amazing how you look through the figures, you don't see some of the stuff, and then you notice it like which that's kind of an eyesore. I can't believe I missed that, but a little earring there, silver, pretty cool. So right here, I got him his necklaces and dog ties kind of tucked underneath that vest. You see how clean that looks now. It's not just everywhere sticking out like an eyesore. Kind of hugs his chest. Now, if you take a little bit of heat, you probably could reform that down to keep it down. But the vest is kind of loose. It will move around, so you may have an issue with the overall keeping it there when you're handling your figure. So, but I think that's a cool feature. So looking at his accessories, he's come with his iconic hat. He has the brown hat with the band on it. It's like a light brown with some fangs or claws, whatever he's gone with. Kind of folded and kind of glued there to the one side, which is pretty cool. And it has a very nice fit. It stays there. It's just really good. And then you can still kind of see a little bit of that tattoo on the side of his head. That looks very nice. Overall, I like that. Alright, so let's taking a look at his arsenal he comes with. It comes with 2 identical knives. Nice silver blade, shaded there, blood letter. Nice handle, looks very cool. The hands are pretty pliable, so we shouldn't have a problem putting them in his hands, which we don't. And then, just for fun, let's see if I can get handle kind of squished a little bit from being in the packaging, but overall looks pretty decent. So if you want to have a knife fight with somebody, he's definitely down for that. Holds them quite well. It's very good. And what's really nice about these, there's actually places to keep them, which is always good for me. I love to keep all my accessories on my figure, so we're going to stash one orientation. Not sure because of the shape of the case, and that's super tight. Yep, that's really tight. That goes into his leg like that. And then this one, he doesn't want to let go of it. And then we're going to slide this guy in the back, like so. And because of the different colors, like the color of the case, color of the belt, and the knife being black, it really makes that look incredible. Now the vintage Gnawgahyde came with like a longer bladed, modified machete / sword, and they did honor that right here with this amazing looking piece. That blade looks sick. I love that design. It has some rope on here so you can put on his arm. You can actually probably get a grip, in here between the 2 bands if you really wanted to from the hold. I'm sure that's not going to be a big problem there, but let's go see if I can get that in there, and it's going to be kind of hard to get past those 2 rope pieces without, risking any damage or stress to them. Yeah, so as you can see, if you want him to actually hold that, you can do that. It is a pain. You only get 1 set of hands, which he comes with. But it's actually, my thumb is quite indented, but you can do it. It's actually doable. And then if you don't like that look, you just take it off. And then these ropes are just kind of cut. You can put them over his arm and over his wrist, for the most part, like this, and put them on the outside or inside, wherever you decide on the figure for a slashing action. Now I don't know if there's somewhere to keep this, because we do have a backpack to look at, but we'll find out here before the end of this video. Now I bet I'm relatively going to start getting irritated with some of these accessories, because I've been monitoring the overall quality of these accessories, and we're not getting what we've been promised. But here's our bow. We have a removable piece on the front that can get lost very easily. And this thing is literally so soft you can fold it in half. That's terrible. There you go. Kind of flexible, it's how it bows. That's terrible. I'm not gonna. You can guys see. You probably can give him the hold if you put the hand here. I'm not gonna even attempt that, because look how soft that is right now. It would take me forever. But you should get it if it means anything to you guys about that. You do get a quiver. We get some arrows in this quiver. It's non-removable. We have 1 that we can stick in there. We have a couple clips here, which I think maybe be for maybe like his knife or something. We'll find out. But you do get 1 arrow here. It has the brown feathers, green head. I wish it was a silver, but you can always paint if you wanted to, or if you don't want to modify your figure, you don't have to. And it goes in quite nice. Pretty cool. And that goes on his back, which it's soft. So being soft, that makes it really difficult even to get through the hole, because it just wants to buckle on the pressure that you're pushing on it, which is unfortunate. So we're going to hold off on that, and we're going to take a look at something here. So obviously we have a place here, which the part that we need to be flexible like this, so you can get the flexible bow into, is stiff. Go figure, right? So I'm assuming the handle maybe, or I don't know how that looks, but So it leaves us with this piece and this piece. This is not open. That is not open. I am not totally sure how that's going to function with that knife. So this machete, at least, is not going to fit through there. Not going to fit through there. I mean, you can always, you know, you have the rope to tie it on somewhere. I'm sure if we really wanted to, you could figure something out, but I don't even know what these two things are for, this and that. Now I'm getting irritated. So we do have a sniper rifle. It looks like a low light sniper rifle. It's green and black. The scope comes off. The bipod obviously comes off and is articulated however you want. It's very small though. The sniper rifle silencer comes off. It has a port for the blast effect, so you could break it down. And I'm betting that's low light's case that it comes with, but handle's quite small. I mean, it needs to be a little bit longer in my opinion, because he might have a problem holding that. But here's that case. I'm already irritated because no hinges, because as soon as you open this up, this is going to stress white, and I'm not going to do it, but fully. But you can see the interior of this thing is like brown, and you can break down the sniper rifle for the 3 parts, which is the bipod, the scope, and the silencer right there, and then the rifle there, and you can shut it. Now, this is kind of like low lights, because I wonder if you could put this piece into here, and you can, and then because this is actually a lot stiffer than the quiver, and it does, and it's not going to fit flush because you have this piece here. I mean, it's not going to push all the way through. It is going to make the figure very back heavy and very just look like he's carrying a bunch of crap on his back. It's not very well thought out, I don't think. And of course, the sniper rifle would be in his pack, and this you could pretty much do whatever you want with it and hang this however you want. But I don't know what that port is and that port is. I'm obviously not missing nothing on my set, so that's probably just, you know, a reused part. So now you can't even actually, you know, use that for anything. Alright, so I'm going to strip him down of this backpack because it's irritating and kind of just frustrated with it because of the soft plastic and overall poor design in my opinion. But moving to his furry little friends here, we do have Yobbo, I think his name is. This is monkey. There's no articulation. This is just a solid piece of plastic. He has an eye patch. He's painted decently. The teeth, his mouth open, his tongue's pink, his eye patch is brown. I don't know why a poacher would have pet animals. Isn't poachers, the idea is to poacher and kill for the skin or whatever. Sorry about that motorcycle. My window's open. It's hot today, so I wonder if he's actually the reason he has scratches on his head because of his monkey. You can kind of get him to hang a little bit like on his shoulder if you wanted to, if you play around with it. There's no peg, which is good. I mean, I'm not... Poor Polly. I mean, that peg leg was one of the retardedest thing I've ever seen. And that decision for Polly. But he can stand pretty good on his shoulder. Pretty good. The tail comes around, kind of wraps around his back. That's pretty nice for overall aesthetics. That's pretty cool. Alright, so... now the wild boar is another story. This is a big piece. Pretty nice. Looks like you can see a lot of articulation. We have a silver earring. It's like a copper eye. There's multiple tones of gray throughout the fur here, and a wash of some like a light black and some gray there. He has a broken tusk here. Oh, this is silver right there. He has this nose ring that looks pretty sick, pretty decent. He is definitely very big. Overall looks good. There's fur on the top. So for articulation wise, it's like the head can move up and down. It's like it's articulated right there. You see the fur is attached to this piece here, and then that piece can move. If you hold the neck, it can move in a 360 rotation if you really wanted to force it, but you can get kind of a sick look. And then if you hold the head and the body, you can move that neck piece like right there. That's on a ball peg also. Of course, you can look up and down to a degree. The legs look all to be the same. They're all, front legs can go all the way around if you just force it. They have kind of like we're going to go with like an elbow bend. Then we have the ankle articulation there. And then it can fan in and out. Just really cool. And the same for the back legs. You're looking at the same overall joints. The tail does rotate 360. That's about it. And then you have the body in the center that you can rock up and down, side to side, and get a nice pose out of him. And he is a big boar. So very cool. He looks menacing and definitely very powerful. So, you know, having an animal that is a poacher, you know, from being Cobra and Dreadnoks, you can use the wild boar to hunt other animals or even hunt the Joes and fight against like some of the other Joe animals like timber or mutton junkyard or so forth. Yeah, so he's very cool. Maybe the vintage one was just a like brown. I think the hair was white, and that's all you got, and it was quite small. But this definitely enhances the Gnawgahyde character. Boy, I can't talk today. And looks pretty good. I'm not sure what's going on here with the overall black paint coming down the side of his face. I just noticed that. It was like a teardrop. Pretty cool. Gnawgahyde is a very nice figure. I do highly recommend him. So you're looking, you know, $25 for a normal classified figure. So this is $44.99. So you're paying extra $20 for, if you just give all the accessories to the figure. So for a very high articulated pork belly and a monkey, is it worth $20 here? So I think the accessories that come with would be included with a basic figure. So you know, with all the moving parts, you know, I guess, I don't know, but it's definitely a really nice figure, and I'm just trying to break it down. And if you're curious about, like, is it worth, you know, $44, you know? But so the monkey and pork belly would be your extra $20. That's your kind of shelling out for. Very, very cool. Before we get out of here, I just did a review for Torch. So this is how it compares with his fellow Dreadnok Torch. You can see in the height comparison, he's definitely a little bit taller and a little bit bulkier than Torch is. So that's how they compare. So our Dreadnoks are coming on nicely. I'm highly, highly anticipating Xandar. I want very much. So I can't wait to see what that figure looks like, and hopefully he's just as good as these two figures, or even better. Would be fantastic. If you wanted to see what a female character looks like compared to Gnawgahyde and height wise, there's Jinx. I have reviews up for all three of these figures if you want to check them out. They're really cool. Highly detailed reviews. Some of my pros and cons before we get out of here. I recommend it. The only cons I have is the soft weapons and that poor weapon storage design for the quiver, and which we have extra storage, I guess, and the low light case. So pretty cool. Hope you guys like this review. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you in our next review.